are back face-to-face with Mark Vincent. I'm here with the newly crowned NABA champ, Tony Lewis. We're going to quickly talk about, we have videos, so we get to do split screen here at DCN. Look at how well we've evolved. We're going to be able to do split screen. We're going to watch highlights. We've got about an 8-minute package of this Ivan Redkach fight, and here it starts now. So the stare down, how important is that to you?
Yes and no. I think it's more for the fans than anything, but it is a chance to gauge. You you learn a lot by looking at someone in the eye. And
see right there, you knocked him down.
That's a clean knockdown, flash knockdown, but he got hit and his glove touched the canvas. I'm not going to say he was hurt or nothing, but he got caught. He got clipped.
But he should have lost a point.
He should have lost a point automatically.
So now we're first round. We've got about 45 seconds left. You hurt him. Are you still engaging, or you think because it's a flash knockdown, I'm not going to pursue, I'm going to just stick with my game?
I'm just going to stick to my game plan, but I am starting to see openings where he's there to get countered and get hit. And so I'm just trying to box out the back foot, get him to commit first, and then look to counter off his shots. Now, it's still kind of, even though there's been a knockdown, it's a feel around, trying to get his timing. Now, here I make a mistake. I can explain. When I look back now and I think about it, that's where I first felt this power. I'm like, okay, this guy's power is for real. Shook me a little bit. Now
you're in trouble. Boom.
I trip. It was like a push down.
But you could say the same thing. Redkach could say the same thing with his.
We both equally. That's right. When I look back on the tape now, and what I think is, I wasn't hurt. It was like, of course he gets the point. I don't.
Yep.
Oh, here I got a headbutt.
Yeah, that's why you're cut.
Got caught again with the head. But I remember thinking when he first scored that flash knockdown on me, was I gave him too much respect. I let him get too many shots off without fighting back, and he got comfortable.
Do you feel like
hurt him with a hook there? And I remember
with the left.
Commentators miss it if the audio was on. The commentators do not acknowledge that left hook, but he was hurt from that punch, and that's when he starts grabbing onto me.
And this is where you really start working him off the ropes.
Yes.
And that's what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to just expose the body and make sure the judges know that you definitely won this round.
Absolutely, and I had to take away his reach. I mean, it looks ugly on the inside because he was not comfortable on the inside, so he was doing a lot of holding and grappling, pulling my head down, anything to neutralize my offense. It was making for a bit of a sloppy fight in close, and the referee not doing me any favors at all, not letting me fight my fight.
Well, I noticed what the ref kept doing, and
he pushed me back. I'd have to start back at the end of Redkach's reach again, and that's when I would get clipped, because that's where Redkach was dangerous, at the end of his reach, where he could use his height. And I have to. The challenge for me was trying to work to get under his reach. I remember that hook missed him by inches, just skinned his chin.
So you wanted to stay in close with him. You didn't want to trade on the outside.
Yeah, because his power was dangerous on the outside. That's where he was dangerous, where he had room to extend his shots. So I had to bury my head in on his chest.
Here we go, right here.
Yeah.
This is where the flurry comes.
Yeah, I could feel him. He was grunting here from the body shots.
But watch the ref. You're still working.
Yeah.
You're still working?
Oh, I couldn't believe that. I could not believe that. I mean, Redkach.
So what's he telling you at this point?
To be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember now, but...
but there's no reason for him to break that up.
See, then, because now I got to start all over again from long range, and boom, I get clipped again. So it was it's a frustrating fight for me to watch. But I mean, I look now and I still see lots of mistakes I'm making that I could definitely, that have been ironed out and polished since then. Those mistakes are not as big now today, and this would be a different fight. I grew in this fight. I gained confidence in myself as this fight went along. Whereas now, if I fought him now that I felt this power and I know what he has to bring, I'd start out wherever I started in the mid part of the fight. I'd start right from round one now.
So you wish you would have pushed him more instead of trading with him?
Yeah.
Stayed more on the inside, tried to work the body?
Yeah, but I mean, he would still make it difficult because look, the holding and the grappling and stuff. I mean, he's not going to stay and trade with me inside. He knows that's where I'm at the advantage. But even on the outside, I'd have more confidence now in my boxing ability to box from the outside now, and I wouldn't be so paranoid of his power,
But when you started your first 15 wins, you were a speed fighter, right? So you'd always fight from the outside.
Yeah, people. This was to the public, anyways, this was new for me. This was a new style for me.
And this is what you learned from the Hernandez fight, that I can't sit there at this class of fighters and trade on the outside and use my speed against a guy with a reach.
Not with a guy with a reach, yeah. Don't stay on the outside and fight tall with the guy. Fight short, cut the distance, and take away his reach, absolutely.
But before that Hernandez fight, that didn't bother you, the reach disadvantage. You would still trust your speed.
I trusted my speed, yeah. Yeah.
They don't call you lightning for nothing. So this is the 10th round. You don't know. It seems like both you guys are trying to win the fight right now.
Yeah,
it's up in the air.
It was up. I felt I had a vibe the whole night. Like I felt I was ahead, but I was worried about the extra point he got in the first round, and me getting rocked in the 6th, and then the blood. You know, the impression looks like he's getting the better of it because I got the worst of the headbutt. I just remember at this point, we're laying it all on the line. This is kind of what every fighter dreams of, is when they're letting it all hang out in the last round, and who's gonna get?
Oh, he tagged you.
He did. Yeah, you got. You know, at that point,
you're on autopilot at this point. Though. You're so exhausted.
I was in a different place though. At that point, too, even when I was getting hit, nothing was gonna stop me at this point. It was never say die, and it was time to let it all hang out.
So when you're on the bench after the 9th round, what's George saying to you coming this?
This round here, there was no technical advice. It's go finish strong, go for the knockout.
Go out there and fight.
Yeah, we were both exhausted.
So I don't think we had when they actually make the decision. How did that feel? How does that feel when you have the refs holding you by the hand and you don't know? It's in the fate of the judges.
This is my big moment right here. Boom, boom, boom. His legs were not steady there, and I remember I thought I just need one more, and I can pull this one out of the bag.
And now you know there's 10 seconds left, and
he showed a good chin to stand. Yeah, because you can hear in the 10 seconds you hear the guys, boom, one more.
Oh, you caught him in the miss with the 2 rights.
And then some choice words for each other after the fight.
Were you still talking trash?
Yeah.
So after the fight, it's not like there was this mutual respect. It's kind of...
There was mutual respect. I mean, it didn't happen right away. But after the decision was announced, we shook hands, we embraced, and then, of course, we followed up again in the dressing room after, and there was respect. Yeah.
But is it hard for that to change? Because do you hate a fighter going into the fight? Like, do you stare at their picture and mean mug it all day?
No. I mean, you do have to develop a little bit of disdain for your opponent. Not everybody, but me, I kind of have to do that. I don't have to hate the guy. But I just have to be in a place.
You look mean before a fight, dude.
Well,
I was kind of scared of you when I did the pre-fight interview with.
I mean, Redkach looked very intimidating at the time. He was 15-0, 13 knockouts, one of the biggest hard punching prospects coming up in the game, and so he had an aura about him. But I had about 6 weeks to get ready for him, and those 6 weeks is where I had time to build up and get over that fear and start to become fearless of the guy in camp as I'm getting in better shape and my confidence is growing. So by the time on fight night, it's not that I hate the guy, but I'm still ready to hurt him. You know, I know that I have a job to do. It's me or him.
Did the Hernandez fight get in your head at all, or were you able to push past that pretty quickly?
It was in my head a little bit. I was able to push past it as the rounds were progressing in the fight, because this guy hit harder than Hernandez. The difference is that I didn't take as many shots as I did against Hernandez. You know, like I got hit with some good shots, but it wasn't with the same amount of frequency as with Hernandez. So if he would have hit me with the same quantity of punches as Hernandez did, he would have knocked me out sooner.
Okay.
You know, but I had brushed up my defensive game, and I was able to smother his power and by closing the distance effectively and able to frustrate him and work the body from inside from my range. I was able to take a lot of leverage off his punches. So even if he did catch me sometimes, he wasn't getting full extension.
Yep.
So I wasn't taking the full impact of the blows. Whereas then with Hernandez, I was standing at the end of his reach, fighting tall with the tall guy, catching his punches right at the end of his shot. You know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All right, we got to go to a quick commercial break.